how many of you have judged a book by its cover? I know I've done it as well. I've also done it with something other than just a book. It's one of the largest controversies in our country right now, and it's been around since 6000 BC because this grows naturally. It's not man-made. This product is stronger than cotton and creates so many products such as clothes, shoes, ropes, paper, and other eco-friendly objects as well. The produce I'm referring to is hemp, or more commonly known today as marijuana. The plant not only can make all of these products, but it has major health benefits as well for severe pain and cancer patients. More and more doctors are in fact recommending marijuana for their patients because they've seen the success rates of this plant. Now, the obvious problem for us is the fact that the use is being stopped because it's illegal. The second problem that arises that a lot of people don't really consider is how much money our government is spending imprisoning people with charges related to marijuana. These charges include possession and paraphernalia charges, regardless if it's for medical use or recreational use. Now, all that money that the government is spending could go to better programs. It could be better spent for schools and government-funded programs. Jails are also losing vacancy. Vacancy that should be used for the true criminals, the robbers, rapists, hard drug users, or the persecutors of domestic disturbances. Now, over $8 billion could be saved annually if the government stopped arresting people with marijuana-related charges. In 2012 alone, close to 750,000 citizens were arrested on charges similar to these. Now, these numbers are not from a dispensary. They're not from a dispensary trying to make a point, but they came straight from the government and their research. Therefore, no matter what side of the fence you sit on, pro side or con side of marijuana, you can't deny these charges and these statistics. For me, the obvious solution would be to legalize the growth and use of marijuana, the production of hemp, and to tax all the products. Now, I'm sure you all know by now that Colorado legalized recreational use of marijuana for anybody to be 21 or older. In this year alone, the first year it has been recreational legalized, it is estimated that $600 million are going to be earned annually, including wholesale and retail sales. And again, that's the first year alone. The money that is earned in Colorado for these sales and from producing marijuana reaches not only out to students but to families and residences, promoting drug awareness through billboards, pamphlets, and commercials. Now, school programs have also seen previous cutbacks because of the economy and the lack of state funding are receiving funding and aid again to redevelop these programs. And who doesn't want that? Because those students, those children, are our future generations. They will create our country again. Legalizing marijuana is not only beneficial for the money use. I don't want you to think it's all about greed by any means, because it's not. It also helps with patients that are suffering from severe pain, or chemo patients that are fighting cancer and just want their normal life back and that independent level again. By smoking or eating the edibles that marijuana come in, pain is greatly reduced for the severe pain patients, if not completely eliminated. Chemo patients are able to regain their appetite. They're able to get a healthy weight back again, which creates a stronger body for them. So again, they get that independent level back. They don't have to depend on their families, those nurses. They're able to get out of those hospitals and those homes. By patients using marijuana, there's also a lower number of citizens that become addicted and dependent on the pain medication. These patients are able to go back on a normal life. They can go back to their lives, their families, without being a burden, too dependent on them. Now, the stem and leaves from this plant are also super beneficial. It's not just the bud. The stem and leaves are turned into hemp. Hemp turns into other products, strong products. They can create clothes, shoes, rope, home furnishings, construction materials, eco-friendly paints, and biodegradable plastics, and that's only to name a few from the research done previously. Using hemp not only would give our country another major resource, but it makes those resources and production cheaper, a lot cheaper, not to mention all the trees it would save in the future for our planet. And before marijuana was outlawed, and I think this is amazing, especially with the production of solar power and electric cars lately. I think this will be super beneficial for our country. But there is research being done to create an eco-friendly oil, and the main ingredient was hemp. The money earned from legalization could go back to further that research, to create this oil that could create a gas that could completely change the way we use gas in our country, make it cheaper for us. I don't like paying $350 for gas. Now, like any other product in America, there are always going to be those misusers. There's going to be those couch potatoes that just want to sit around and get high. With that being said, though, there's never been a recorded overdose from marijuana. You have to smoke your body weight in pounds to get to that level, and that's not even physically possible to do that. There's also never been any recorded violent outbreaks from marijuana users. The only thing preventing legalization is a lack of support and the lack of believers for this plant. Voters need to take that step, take that leap of faith to encourage people around them and other voters to do the same. If people took initiative and they signed the petitions that were going around and influenced others again, our government would have no choice but to really look into it and to really take that step and give marijuana a chance for all reasons. That's already been proven. By voters stepping up and taking the votes, making votes, states such as Arizona, California, Washington, Oregon, and especially Colorado have had to legalize it. One of the main reasons this product became illegal was because it was classified with heroin and cocaine, both of which these drugs are highly addictive, created with chemicals that are extremely harmful to the body and brain. Marijuana has proven to be none of these. Another reason it was made illegal was because major manufacturers back then were losing money because people were realizing how much cheaper the production of hemp was. So instead of losing more money, they invested money into supporting the legalization of it, and normal everyday citizens couldn't compete with those deep pockets. By legalizing the growth of marijuana, the plant could not only give our country another resource, extra money, but it has the major health benefits that make our lives and the people we love's lives so much easier and able to function. Now, the main reason I actually support marijuana now, because I didn't before, was because I've seen the first-hand effect of it. My grandma was thrown from her horse in her 50s. She suffered from major back injuries, a sprained wrist, and that's not even on top of the arthritis that she had already developed and had become more severe. After 2 surgeries, she was put on more than one pain medication. And if you knew my grandma, you knew she didn't support pain medication or dependency on drugs from the pharmacy. She wasn't able to sit for long periods of time at her computer. That made her not able to continue with her career. Her career contains of taking pictures of her island in Hawaii, uploading them to her computer and painting them. She's amazing at it. They're absolutely beautiful, and people love them and buy them on a regular basis. After those surgeries, though, those pain pills, she grew a tolerance to. She wasn't able to sit at her computer for long hours and move her wrist to get the details that she needed to in those pictures to perfect them. Eventually, she became on depression medicine because she wasn't happy. She didn't like the life she was living. She couldn't make her career and follow her dreams that she'd been trying to for her whole life. After talking to her doctor, he recommended marijuana. It took a little bit of convincing, but after she decided to try it, she understood why it had made such an effect on him. She was able again to sit for those long periods of time at her desk, for the 6 hours she needed to move her wrist to get that fine detail because her pain had been completely reduced and eliminated. Now that I actually understand the true value of marijuana, and I've seen the success from my grandma, My opinion's been totally changed and altered. And that's only because I gave it a chance to. I opened my eyes to it and opened my mind. I believe I had a previously biased opinion because of how society and teachers and schools created marijuana out to be this drug. Now I only see it as a solely misunderstood plant with tons of advantages that haven't even probably been realized yet as well. I feel like further use and research could be discovered if everyone was actually willing to give it a shot and put their faith in it like I had to. Industries and jobs could open up for a country. It's only if we let this simple plant grow and help take care of it. At this point, who wouldn't want to see our country get easier financial aid, extra resources, cheaper products, and help our citizens with their health problems that they may suffer from? Who doesn't want to see our country bounce back from a simple plant?